All right, Shalom. First, let's start by saying all praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that we will, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. This is what's going on with Hurricane Ida. Homa in the middle of Hurricane Ida's path that touched down in Louisiana. So I'm going to have to play a couple clips and then go from there.
Tonight, Ida blasting southern Louisiana. The Category 4 hurricane striking Morgan City and Homa, both just feet above sea level. We arrived just hours before landfall to find some unable to get out.
A lot of people got out of town. Why'd you stay?
We got off late, and the traffic, it took people like 12 hours to get to Houston. That's what we wanted to go.
Others racing the clock. The White family grabbing whatever possessions and pets they could to seek higher ground.
We're gonna hunker down, ride it out as a family, and hopefully we'll get through it.
And then it came.
Wind and the rain only picking up, and you can feel those avalanches about it making their way over Homer right now. We still have hours to go before the eye passes over us.
Ida didn't waste time, tearing into buildings and homes, knocking down power lines, and proving itself as the strongest storm to hit the state in more than 100 years. Tonight, Ida's worst may be starting to fade, but its impact is only beginning.
All right, conditions, Morgan, here in New Orleans are just getting uglier by the second. What are conditions like now in Houma? You're just south of us. Right, yeah, Tom, it could be an incredibly long night for everyone living in this area. On top of losing power, when Ida made landfall, it slowed down. And that means that there could be thousands of people experiencing those eye-wall winds so devastating for up to hours at a time. Tom?
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.
Download the Domino's app today and become a piece of the...
Heading back to school is more... That storm packing sustained winds of 150 miles per hour. Ida coming ashore the same day as Katrina hit 16 years ago. We have team coverage from New Orleans tonight. Our Brandon Walker is in New Orleans, but we begin with Robert Arnold live at the Pontchartrain Convention Center in Kidder. So, Robert, what are conditions like there now?
They haven't improved at all since the last time we spoke, and a little more than an hour ago I received a text from the New Orleans Office of Emergency Management that was warning everybody that the winds coming through this area have not yet peaked, so that does not bode well. Since about 11 o'clock this morning, the winds have been really intense, especially around Lake Pontchartrain area, and we have some video for you that we shot before because it's a little too hard for us to get on top of those levees, but let's show you what it looks like on the other side of those levees. So that's from the Pontchartrain fishing area on the other side. That water's pushed in through the parking lot, coming right up to the very bottom of the levee. Now, there is not a concern at this point from officials that water will go over the levee, but it just shows you the power of this relentless wind. That is also causing a lot of damage now. We're starting to see a lot of shingles come down off of roofs. We're starting to see a lot of tree branches down, and of course, it's very slick out there. Matter of fact, when we were going through Metairie, we came across a poor gentleman who had gotten in an accident. He slid off the road, hit the light pole, and banged his head pretty good. Fortunately, there was a gentleman who lived in the area and came by, said, I know him, I can get him home. So we got him home. I hope that he's doing all right. This has become an incredibly dangerous storm because not only are tree limbs going down, but we're also seeing utility poles now getting snapped. In fact, in that same area where we were in Metairie, we spoke to one gentleman who lived just across the street from where two large utility poles snapped.
We had just opened the door, and all of a sudden the transformer blew here, and I mean the lines went, and then it blew again. It looked like a welding machine going off, you know what I mean? So,
How are you guys doing inside?
oh, we good. We're doing fine. Yeah, we're doing fine. We're doing fine. We got a generator for after the storm and all that, but, you know. But yeah, we had a few tree limbs go down, so, you know, hopefully, and this is just the beginning, you know. Kind of wish we would have left.
Yeah, The winds have also now gotten to the point where you're hearing New Orleans officials, as well as those in surrounding areas like Kenner, Metairie, all of these areas, Bridge City, saying that if you get in trouble and you're out and about, we can't guarantee anybody's going to be able to get to you. Matter of fact, it's almost a guarantee we are not going to be able to get anybody to you at this point because the winds are just too high. It has become too dangerous out here. And as I've been saying, New Orleans officials saying that the winds have not peaked, so we still have a long way to go before this storm is through the area. And then after that, we will have to deal with the cleanup and the power outages. Reporting live from Kenner, Louisiana, Robert Arnold, KVRC 2 News.
Robert, thank you. Stay safe.
All right, I got one more.
We're bringing in the freshest products for our guests. We're processing it every.
Get straight to Hurricane Ida. It made landfall in Louisiana today, battering the southeastern Gulf Coast with an onslaught of water and dangerous winds. It hit exactly the same day as Hurricane Katrina 16 years ago. Ida roared ashore the destructive winds up to 150 miles an hour. More than 1.5 feet of rain is expected over several days. This is Ida as seen from space. It's a monster, life-threatening hurricane. Millions of people are in its path. Today, President Biden promised to put the country's full weight behind rescue and recovery operations. We begin with Omar Villafranca in New Orleans. Omar, what are conditions like where you are?
We are here on Canal Street. The wind is starting to pick up, and the rain is really coming down in sheets at this point. The power is still on in the Central Business District and here in the French Quarter, but across the state, almost 500,000 people, 500,000 customers are without power as the big storm takes aim at the Big Easy. Ida is slamming southeast Louisiana, packing triple-digit high winds and torrential rain. The Category 4 hurricane made landfall midday near Port Fourchon. 40 people decided to ride out the storm in Grand Isle, defying a mandatory evacuation order. Officials have received multiple calls for rescues.
Obviously, first responders cannot get to you, so those folks are just going to have to hunker down.
This morning, hurricane hunters.
Right, and that's the problem with Americans, man. They don't understand that these are plagues from Yahweh Shema Shai. So if they so happen to die from them, then that's what they get. All right, so pause the video real quick. This is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. And those signs is from like hurricanes like this, ones that they say that are like they said, I think they already said it, the worst hurricane they had in over 100 years. I think they said 150 years, but that's how you know this is a sign. From the blood moon, what else? Some more signs. Oh, the UFOs, so-called UFOs, man. The chariots, according to the Bible, and I forgot the other name that they call them. But those are signs, man. You know, and Jake just waxing worse, like they're supposed to be, because the truth is only for the elect, man. So it says, measure thou the time diligently in itself, when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time where the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And that's what you see happening. The Lord is visiting this place by destroying this place, man. He's ripping this place apart, man. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And that's what's going on, man. And the people that die behind this storm, that's ultimately the judgment of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. It says, For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. And how do you know what wickedness is? You have to go back to the law, statutes, and commandments that's in the first 5 books of Moses, man. You know, you have to understand the history. You know, how everything went. You know, what was what you could do, what you can't do, and what you could do now and what you can't do now, man. But you got to read to do that. The scriptures say in Revelation chapter 1, verse 3, Revelation chapter 1, verse 3, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy. Right, so you have to read, man, and be blessed if you reading and that hear the words of this prophecy. And that's only for the elect, man, because not everybody gonna read and not everybody gonna hear the words of this prophecy, man. And this is prophecy right here. It says, and those that keep which are written therein, for the time meaning the end of the Esau's kingdom, the end of the so-called world. That's what everybody knows it as. For the time is at hand, right, man. We're at the end of this white man, this Caucasian man society. But not only is we're at the end of his society, we're at the end of the rulership of all these nations, man. Yahushua finna come back, which is so-called Jesus Christ, according to the Bible, finna come back and take back over the world, man, and put the Israelites, the rightful owners, back in place so that the world can be ruled in righteousness, and we ain't got to worry about all this death, destruction, chaos, wars, homosexuality, diseases, and stuff like that. You know, all that's going to be done away with. And, you know, at least for Israel, you know, we're going to have the power to give these nations these diseases and put them in slavery according to the Bible, man. The curses are going to go upon these nations, man, you know, and that's going to be forever. So it's best to be on the right side, and it's up to the Lord, so it don't even matter. But I got one more preset real quick before I continue to play this video. This is Psalms chapter 68, verse 20. He that is our power is the power of salvation. And the only people that's going to be getting saved is the elect of Israel when all hell really break loose. Right before the nuclear missiles hit, Salakia. And unto the Most High, the Lord belongeth the issues from death. Right, so the Lord sanctions death, man. So them people that hunkered down and thought that they was gonna ride out the storm, you know, if they so happen to die, it's because the Lord put that in their spirit to stay there and take their judgment, man.
Cannot get to you, so those folks are just gonna have to hunker down.
I'm gonna play it again because she said right here.
Order.
If you die, you just die.
Multiple calls for rescues.
Obviously, first responders cannot get to you, so those folks are just going to have to hunker down.
This morning, hurricane hunters flew their plane into the eye of the storm and caught this stunning picture of Ida building up strength. On the streets of New Orleans, last-minute preps came down to the wire.
I'm just afraid that this could be another Hurricane Katrina.
16 years to the day after Katrina's devastation, Mayor LaToya Cantrell says her city is ready.
Now is the time that we have been preparing for.
Ida is the first stress test of $14 billion in upgrades to the levee system.
Will it be tested? Yes. But it was built for this moment.
Here on the south shore of Lake Pontchartrain, we are seeing heavy winds and waves. They're already splashing over the wall.
The threat from Ida's wind, rain, and storm surge is significant.
We're projected to potentially reach 15 to 20 inches of rain over the period of today and into tomorrow, at times exceeding a rainfall rate of 3 inches per hour.
And conditions are expected to worsen with nightfall.
We're going to ride it out. We'll see what happens.
Once the storm passes, there's something else to worry about, the pandemic. The city is considering opening up the convention center as a shelter, but they're concerned about spreading COVID. Jarika?
Omar, thank you.
And that's another thing the Lord getting at them with, man. You know, people might catch COVID-19 behind getting close together. So really the government is not really going to be for nobody's assistance or help in the times coming, especially with, you know, plagues and stuff like that going on. So, but this is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. Right, man. So this right here is the storm and tempest. But while this storm and tempest going on, you got the flame of devouring fire from all these forest fires happening in California and in other places, man. So the Lord just tearing America up, you know, and before he ultimately destroys it. So, with that being said, call Allah, Yahweh Shema Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well. And salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.